This week on 49ers Sac Hi Sports, the league races are red hot, and we have highlights from lots of first-place games. You'll see Enox taking on Downey, Oakdale meeting Central Catholic, and Placer battling Oakmont.
Softball features Dixon and Casa Roble. You'll see Whitney and Jesuit in boys volleyball, plus the story of the volleyball player from Rio Americano and how a bone marrow transplant saved his life. 49ers Sac Hi Sports starts right now.
To 49ers Sac Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. We start tonight in Stockton for the first place series in the Tri-City Athletic League. Lincoln of Stockton and Tokay both had sweeps in their first league series, so each team entering the week with 3-0 league records and 9-5 overall.
Dom Samford will start on the mound for Lincoln. The Tigers' Corey Sugg will be his opposition. The Trojans and Tigers meeting at Lincoln for Game 1 of the 3-game set on Tuesday.
Brian Mueller saying hello from Stockton Tuesday afternoon for what would be a wild one between Lincoln and Tokay. Cade Campbell up with 2 on, and he singles through the left side to bring in the first run of the game for the Tigers. Brock Sells sliding in safely, half of a 2-run first for Tokay. But the Trojans would answer with 2 in the bottom half, and then in the second, Lincoln takes the lead on an Eli Hancock base hit. Julian Enriquez comes in to score to make it 3-2. But Lincoln wasn't done in the inning. Another 2 runs are in when Sam Tillman drives in another with a line drive to center. Hancock comes in with the 4th run of the inning, and the Trojans take a 6-2 lead. Still bottom 2, Lincoln with the bases loaded, and that sets the scene for this. The old 6-4-3 triple play, a line out to Campbell, and they double up the runners on first and second. Then in the 4th, Matthew Casillas comes through with the bases loaded, lines a hit to center, another run comes in at 6-3. Next batter, Campbell, bases still loaded until now. Grand slam time for Campbell, and just like that, Tokay takes a 7-6 lead. Then in the 6th, Campbell up again, this time with no one on, but same result. So just to recap, that's 2 home runs and starting a triple play for Campbell, 8-6 Tigers. Tokay trying to pad their lead later in the inning, but Ryan Navone says no way. Stealing a hit out and right, no big deal for Ryan. He does this every week. Then he's up to bat in the bottom half of the inning, and he gets it done at the plate as well. A ground ball through the left side. That plate's a run, and the Trojans are down just 1. Later in the inning, the bases are clean for Tillman, and he shows off his power deep to left center and gone. The solo shot ties the game at 8. Top 7 now. First and second, 1 out for Tokay, a chopper to short. Lincoln gets the out at second, but Ray Olivas goes down. Campbell Kirchin takes advantage, comes around to score. But wait, the umpires, they're talking it over, and they call runner interference on that slide into second, so the run is wiped out and the inning is over. We head to extras. Top 8, Tokay with the bases loaded, and Brett Grady grounds it through the infield. 2 runs will come in to score, and Tokay now has a 10-8 lead. But you know this game isn't ending quietly. In the bottom of the 8th, Lincoln has 2 on with 1 out. Tying run at first. It's a chopper to second. Ryan Oliveri to Campbell to Corey Sugg. Double play. Game over. Tokay wins it 10-8 behind a monster game from Campbell.
The Rams from Casa Roble hosted Pioneer, but in all seriousness, what an impressive setup Casa has with their ag department. I'm Mark Willis. No score, bottom 2. Casa's Aiden Nielsen hits it in the hole. A great stop by Pioneer's Carson Timothy, but it's a hit. And on the play, Roman James comes in to score 1-0 Rams. In the 3rd, runners on for Pioneer. Timothy lifts a fly to center. It's a hit and run, so the runner's way off first. Connor Anderson makes the catch, and the long throw to an outstretched James at first for the double play. Top 4, Pioneer loads them up, but they hit into another double play as Jace Jones to Tyrese Vaught. Back to James at first, another twin killer. Still in the 4th, runners on 2nd and 3rd. Tough play here as Cody Phillips chops it down to 3rd. The throw goes down the line. Matthias Michel and Hayden Newsom come in to score 2-1 Pioneer. Now to the 5th, and they're loaded again for the Patriots. Newsom chops a slow roller to 3rd. Another tough play and a collision at first, sending the ball down the line. Timothy and Ryan Pearson come in to score and Pioneer leads it 4-1. Still in the top part of the fifth, first and second now for the Patriots. Timothy stands in and delivers a single to center. They wave home Nico Rodriguez. It's a play at the plate, and Rodriguez comes barreling in for the score. 5-1 Pioneer. Now to the bottom of the seventh, pitcher Matthias Michel looking for the complete game victory, and he does just that, getting the strikeout to end the game. Hugs for the right-hander. As Pioneer takes the series from Casa Roble 5-1, Matias strikes out 5, going the distance for the Patriots.
We work together, we communicate, we're always up in the dugout, high energy. Just get as much as we can to beat the team. I got my defense backing me up, so I just throw, hit the contact, does the job.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way.
A matchup between two of the top teams in the Trans Valley League entering Tuesday. Parker Ream on hand to see Ripon take on Hillmar at home. The Indians hit hard early. Leadoff batter Riley Magazinovich gets the base hit to lead things off. That would be just the start of a colossal first inning. Next batter, Caitlin Campbell at the dish. She takes this one high and deep to left field. Gone for the 2-run shot. 2-0 Ripon. They loaded the bases. We head up 4-0 now. Riley back at the plate in the same inning. Bases juiced and see ya. That's a grand slam. All of this and only 1 out for Ripon. About as good of a start as you could ask for. 2 outs now. Peyton Naranjo at the plate and she slaps it oppo. Hillmar looking to end the inning, but not quite. That brings in 1 more run as they're unable to get it, and Ripon takes a 9-0 lead after 1. It wasn't all bats though. Meems Karatachia doing work in the circle gets Emily Bear to swing through strike 3, but in the bottom half of the second, Jenna Gomez answered with a strikeout of her own. So we head to the third. Still 9-0 with Riley on first again. Caitlin goes yard again. Getting some deja vu right now. The 2-run shot is her second of the day and extends the lead to 11. And Ripon was rolling. Fast forward to the fourth. Hillmar gets on the board. Cameron Matos slaps a line drive to center, and that one is gone. The solo shot for the freshman makes it 11-1. But these Ripon bats hit different on Tuesday. Destiny Denny's at the plate in the bottom half of the fourth, crushing this one to right field, and that one is going to do it. 4 home runs for Ripon to go along with a good day in the circle from Meems as the Indians take the top spot in the TVL in dominating fashion.
Luke Galindo coming at you from Oak Ridge High School as Davis and the Trojans get ready to face off Friday night. The Trojans get going early. Jaden Lang speeding through Davis defenders and flicking it into the net for a goal. Oak Ridge takes a quick 1-0 lead. Ella Rutherford starts off her stellar night by powering through the Davis defense, firing it into the net. Oak Ridge extends its lead to 3. Davis looking to get on the board. David Morris gets the shot off just before Oak Ridge can deflect it. Davis still has some work to do, down 3-1. Check out this impressive assist from goalie Bella Crivello. She sends a Hail Mary pass to Alex Young, who has no one in front of her, probably because no one was expecting that catapult pass from Bella. Alex scores, extending the Oak Ridge lead to 6. Bella getting assists and saves. She snags this shot, allowing Trojan offense to get back to work, and they do. Ella trying to get around and line up the shot. Ella fires it down and past the goalie. Oak Ridge now has a 10-2 lead going into the half. The second half is more of the same. Trojan offense dominating. Alex Young loops around the goal and puts it in the back of the net, adding to the lead. Devin Morris trying to get Davis back in it, spinning off Oak Ridge defenders and slamming it in for a goal. But Oak Ridge continues to show its offensive strength. Tori Ross getting creative and going between the legs of the goalie. Trojans now lead 16-5. Devin still making Oak Ridge work for it as she lines it in to the back of the net, scoring her 5th goal of the night. Ella Rutherford closes this game out, scoring her 8th goal of the game. Oak Ridge earns its 11th win of the season with a 19-7 victory over Davis.
Time now for the Players of the Week. These players are chosen for their standout performances from games played last week. Both of our Players of the Week threw no-hitters last week. Our first is Randy Rowling, the dominant pitcher from Central Catholic. The Raiders improved to 4-0 in league play with a win over a very good Manteca team. Randy faced just 22 batters and struck out 18 of them. The Cal commit is very good.
Yes, she is. Our second Player of the Week is Eli Brooks from Stagg. Eli also threw a no-hit shutout, striking out 11 and walking just 2 batters in the 7-0 win over Franklin. Randy Rowling and Eli Brooks are this week's Players of the Week.
Sanford Healthcare brings us important tips so athletes can perform at their very best.
Here's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's Stanford Health Tip.
Unlike a typical bone fracture, which occurs with a single traumatic event, stress fractures are the result of repetitive stress on a bone over time. Stress fractures can develop in many different bones in the body, but are common in feet, shins, and the low back. If they continue to play through pain, the symptoms typically increase and will persist even when they stop their sports activities. If left untreated, stress fractures will progress over time and can do long-term damage to the bone. Seeking early medical advice when pain symptoms arise is the best way to avoid progression of a stress fracture, and most can be treated with a period of rest followed by physical therapy.
Coming up, our first Sun Power Electric game is Rio Americano and Vista Del Lago in Capital Athletic League play.
Then it's Granite Bay and Oak Ridge. This is 49ers Sac Hi Sports.
Dreaming while awake?
Junk sleep.
Don't let junk sleep mess with your head.
Welcome to Mattress Firm.
For a limited time at Mattress Firm, get a king for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase.
Just go ahead and lift you on up.
You can't put a price on good sleep, but it's better on sale. Mattress Firm. Unjunk your sleep.
Welcome back to the NBC Sports Studio here at Levi Stadium. Our first Sun Power Electric game tonight is the final game of the three-game series with Vista Del Lago and Rio Americano. Both Vista and Rio entered the week with 5-1 league records.
The winner of the series will be the new leader of the Capital Athletic League. It's our Sun Power Electric game. Our Parker Ream has it covered.
Electric game.
Each team took a game in the first two of the three-game set, which leaves us with a grudge match Friday afternoon. Parker Ream on hand at Vista Del Lago to see the Raiders take on the Eagles in an important Capital Athletic League matchup. We start with Rio Americano, who made a statement with their win on Wednesday, scoring 14 runs in the third and fourth inning to take the second game 20-3. JT Wright and Ryan Christensen both went yard in that one. We'll see what they can do today. On the Vista side, it was only their third loss of the season behind the bat of Caden Knapp, who's hitting .560 with 16 RBIs. The Eagles are looking to put the past behind them and take the series. You guys know the drill. It's Vista Del Lago taking on Rio Americano in this week's Sun Power Electric game. Justin LaFortune got the start for Vista Del Lago, but it was not smooth sailing early. Rio looking to pounce right off the bat just like they did on Wednesday. Ryan Gladley will start that off. The double all the way to the fence is a great way to lead off the game. He walks in safely, and Rio was loving it. So with a runner on second, Davis Grari is ready to add a 1 to that scoring column. The base knock gets past the infield on the hop, and Christensen comes in to score. 1-0 Raiders. Next batter we go, Jake Marr, and he slaps it to the right center gap. Davis comes around and slides in to make it a 2-0 ball game, but they weren't done there. Still in the first, up 3-0 now. JT Wright makes solid contact on this one. It's nice when all the players that you mentioned in the intro pan out. Out to left field, but short of the fence, still good for the RBI double to push it to 4-0. In the bottom half, Brady Wilson had himself a good day on the mound. Strikes out Aiden Santos right here, one of 3 strikeouts for him on the day, but he couldn't hold Vista down for long. Drew Anderson at the dish, and the ball was bouncing in that infield. Just squeezes up the middle, and Caden Knapp comes around to score. 4-1 Rio leads. Bobby Remidi came in relief in the second inning, and it gets Brady to swing through that one. A nasty pitch ends the top half. Not much action in the third, so we head to the bottom of the fourth. Tyler Davis hits the looper, but Rio is unable to make the play. Ryan Brown comes home, and the lead is cut to just 2. But in the next inning, Brady decided to give himself some run support to shore up that lead. The solo shot pushes the lead back to 3, 5-2. Raiders. They tried to add to it. Ryan Christensen once more, but Drew is waiting in that outfield. What a snag to end the inning. But Vista needed more than just defensive plays. They needed runs in the 7th. Chase Christensen was not going to give them those in relief. He strikes out Sam Anderson, and Rio takes first place in the Capital Athletic League.
At the beginning, we couldn't really string it all together, but we got a really good job. We've been practicing hard, and we strung it all together these last couple weeks, and we're going to make a run for the playoffs, and we'll do really well.
In our Sun Power Electric game, I'm Parker Ream, 49ers Sac Hi Sports.
Granite Bay and Oak Ridge getting after it in the SFL. Jack Bolton for the Trojans and the goofy goober Jack Jufron taking the hill for the Grizzlies. I'm Mark Willis. 2 on for GB, up 1-0. Nice piece of hitting by Christian Burt, who keeps his hands in, grounds to Braden Frank. The throw to home is not in time. Cody Ferrante scores it, 2-0. But on the play, Burt takes off for second. They get him in a rundown. Missed the tag, then Kevin McIntosh breaks for home. The throw is not in time, and just like that, the Grizzlies lead it 3-0. Top of the third, 2-1 for Oak Ridge, and they're looking to bunt the runner over, but a nice play by Evan Bishop to J.P. Smith for the force out at third. Still in the third, Trojans with runners on second and third. With 1 out, Connor Bizjack grounds the third. There's a lot of third going on there. The throw gets away, and down the line, in to score is Andy Uharit and Christian Cochran, and this game got a lot closer. We're now tied at 3 with Bizjack on third, and the big man Brent Jones smokes his pitch down the left field line for a double. Bizjack scores, and the Trojans put up a 4 spot and take the lead in the third. Wild play here in the fourth as catcher Avery Isola throws a seed down to third. The ball trickles away from J.P. Smith. Once he realizes it, Oak Ridge's Reese Catchings takes off for home. Smith throw is a good one. Isola's pick and tag was even better. He gone. Bottom of the fourth now, Grizzlies' Bryce Brentley grounds to third. Nice pick, but the throw goes up the line. Ferrante Motors all the way around from first, and he will score with no throw. This game is tied at 4. To the top of the 7th now, runner on third, and Connor Bizjack comes up clutch with a single to left. That plates Luke Williams. Trojans lead at 5-4. Now bottom 7, Grizzlies have a tying runner on third, but Jake Fields comes in and closes the door like a closer should. Oak Ridge wins another 1-run game, tying up the series at 1. Let's see what catcher Connor Bizjack had to say after the game.
We feel like we can do a lot more than we've shown so far, and we think that us winning today and keeping the winning going is just the start of it.
Coming up, Casa Roble and Dixon softball in an important league battle.
Then you'll meet this week's inspirational athlete. It's Anthony Beerworth from Rio Americano. But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section softball top 10 poll.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we're in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
The Dixon softball team rides a 7-game winning streak coming into Thursday's matchup with Dixon. The Rams are 9-1 on the season, 4-0 in league play, and are doing really well since the return of senior Brianna Humphreys. Brianna taking the Dixon basketball team to a section championship and deep into NorCal's.
Humphreys is batting .577 on the year as the Rams get set to face Casa Roble. The Casa Rams are 3-1 in league play. Riley Miller is batting .462 with 3 homers on the season. The Casa Rams looking to pull into a first place tie with the Dixon Rams in the game played on Thursday.
Parker Ream out in Ram country, but this softball matchup might have been the biggest Ram battle of them all. Casa Roble taking on Dixon in the first. Dixon making some defensive plays early to help out Lexi Coyle in the circle. Give me the 4-6-3 double play. And the Rams of Casa were held at bay. We head to the bottom half. Felicia Lipinski at the plate. She drives this one to left field, tracking foul, but just lands fair, and that's good for an RBI double to bring in Audrey Graham to put Dixon on the board, 1-0. Still in the first, Lexi at the plate now, just doing her job. The grounder to Savannah Hayes, and she fires it to first for the out, but the damage was already done. Felicia slides in to make it 2-0 Dixon. But Lexi showed she could do it all on Thursday. In the second, she gets Jayla Stewart to swing through strike three. The Rams of Dixon charging ahead. Jump to the fourth. Dixon up 3-0. Alexia Gomez at the dish. The dribbler is just deep enough for the infield to score Cameron Elliott and pushed a lead to 4. They weren't done. Up 5-0 in the fifth. Elliott gets a hold of this one. The skip off the grass and a weird bounce allows Alexandria Mendez to scoot on home. 6-0 Dixon as Elliott slides in third safely. But Casa got out of the jam. Eamon Rosenberger lines one right to Lily Leslie, all in a day's work to end the inning. With all that run support, we head to the sixth. Lexi staying hot in the circle. She strikes out Elise Baus. 6 strikeouts on the day for her. Then in the bottom half of the sixth, Coyle at the plate. She gets the base hit, and Felicia scores. 8-0 Dixon, looking to end it in the sixth. They'd get that opportunity. They need one more run to walk it off, and this might have been the most nonchalant walk-off you ever see. Ashley Garcia scoots it to third, the force out at third, but Brianna Humphreys comes in to score. They didn't even know they won it. But nonetheless, ball game. Dixon affirms their lead atop the Golden Empire League standings, 10-0.
Every week, we bring you stories of athletes who inspire us.
Brian Mueller has the story of a Rio Americano volleyball player who battled a life-threatening illness before his first birthday.
You don't have to watch Tony Beerworth long to see that the Rio Americano sophomore likes to turn up the volume in volleyball.
I yell a lot, you know. I try to get the team ramped up, you know, hyped up.
But as the Raiders libero, he does a lot more than talk the talk.
He's always been this kind of wild and crazy, carefree kind of kid. And this position that they found for him allows him to just run around the whole court and dive for these balls. It's perfect for him.
The whole thing of volleyball for me is just fun. Getting your hands dirty, getting a couple bruises here and there, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I worked for that, you know, like I did that.
But the bumps and bruises Tony has collected on the court this year are nothing compared to the scars of his past.
When he was 7 months old, he was diagnosed with this rare blood disease.
The condition is known as HLH, a potentially fatal disease where white blood cells attack the body's organs. Tony was in and out of the hospital for 2 years, getting regular treatments of chemotherapy, immunosuppressants, and steroids. Dennis and Casey trading shifts at the hospital to be with their son.
Life was pretty rough, pretty hard. And it is, I always say that it's a nightmare that you just didn't wake up from.
I can remember a day holding Tony in a rocking chair, looking at his skin color, his body color, turning dark. His body was physically turning dark. And that was reflective of his internal organs shutting down.
It was a period that Tony, thankfully, doesn't remember.
Getting told all this, I'm like, wow, did that really happen? Like, it's crazy. It's like, whoo, like that was a close call. Like, that was close.
Close enough that without a bone marrow transplant, Tony would not be here today. The Beerworths checked the bone marrow registry and didn't find a match. His older brother, Dominic, also didn't match, so they started donation drives to speed up the process.
It ultimately culminated with what I might say is a near perfect match found on the other side of the country.
That would be Eric Lobb in Pennsylvania, who saved Tony's life with a bone marrow transplant in December of 2007.
I just remember sitting there going, like just to breathe. It just felt so good. It's everything that we had been fighting for just came together, and we were so happy and so fortunate.
15 years later, Tony is thriving on the court and in the classroom at Rio Americano, enjoying life with his family and tight-knit group of friends. It's a life made all the more memorable thanks to a lesson learned from a time he doesn't remember.
It really teaches you to, be, appreciative and grateful for literally everything. So like just being able to be here, like looking at you doing this interview and all that cool stuff, like it was that close to not happening.
When you overcome beating death for the first 3 years of your life, what are all those other challenges really? He really takes challenges head on. And I think that's something he might have developed, even though he may not know it. He might have developed that trait in the hospital, going through this ordeal, fighting his daily struggles.
But Tony has a different take on where he got his strength. He says it doesn't come from his own fight against the disease, but from the 2 people who fought for him.
I owe them everything, like everything. They fought so hard to do whatever they could. So in this sense, I think instead of getting the fighting sense from my, my big disease. I think I got it from them, actually.
The Beerwursts now hope their story inspires others to donate blood and bone marrow. It's a simple act that can have a life-changing impact.
It not only helped our son, but there are so many children that are out there that are dealing with these awful things that they shouldn't have to. You're saving a life. That's what you're really doing. You're saving somebody's life.
Reporting in Sacramento, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac Hi Sports.
If you would like to be a blood or bone marrow donor, Vitalant is one of the centers you can contact in California, and you can find their information on the screen, and we will have a link to their website on the Story's YouTube site.
Fantastic. Coming up, the Mattress Firm Perfect Match. It's the CCAL matchup with Downey and Enoch.
Then boys volleyball action with Whitney and Jesuit. But first, here is this week's Spirit Corner featuring the Manteca High School cheer team.
At Tracy Toyota, we're not just devoted to selling cars. We're committed to our community. We're donating $100,000 to help local organizations in Tracy. We call it Champions Thanking Heroes, like the Tracy Family Resource Center, who serve the local community. To reach our goal, we'll donate $50 for every vehicle sold. Check out our great lineup of new Toyotas. Our certified used cars come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Dreaming while awake?
Junk sleep.
Don't let junk sleep mess with your head.
Welcome to Mattress Firm.
For a limited time at Mattress Firm, get a king for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase.
Just go ahead and lift you on up.
You can't put a price on good sleep, but it's better on sale. Mattress Firm. Unjunk your sleep.
49ers Sac Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Healthcare, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics. And by SunPower, proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
Our Mattress Firm Perfect Match this week is being played in Modesto. The Enoch Eagles come into the week 2 games back of first place Pittman. Sophomore Cannon Sharp sports a 1.99 ERA. He will get the start for the 10-6 Eagles against Downey.
Cannon Sharp.
Cannon Sharp.
That's a great name for a pitcher.
It is.
Absolutely. The Knights also enter this week with a 10-6 record and are the only team to beat Pittman so far this season. Each week we scour the section for the perfect match on the field, just like Mattress Firm wants you to find a mattress that is your perfect match. Downey and Enoch in this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
Brian Mueller saying hello Monday afternoon from Modesto for the first of 3 this week between Downey and Enoch. Top 2, Ethan Ortiz at the plate with the bases loaded, and he gets an ouchie RBI. The hit by pitch puts the Eagles up 1-0. Next batter is Nick Poulos, and he pulls it to third. Ethan Rowland knocks it down and gets the force out, but another run comes in, and Enoch is up 2-0. Logan Gibson up next with runners on first and second. He grounds it through the right side, but Braden Walker comes up throwing, and he gets the out at the plate to limit the damage. And the Knights defense continues to shine in the second. Nick Rubio lays out to make this play, and that saves a run. Downey does a good job just to keep it a 2-0 game. Cannon Sharp was on the hill for the Eagles, and true to his first name, he can throw it. Gets the backwards K to end the second. His counterpart, Jackson Rowland, settled down after that second inning. He gets a swinging strikeout to end the fourth. But it seemed like it was the Eagles' day, especially with plays like this one. The liner goes off Sharp and right to first baseman Antonio Perez, and that's how the 5th ends. But in the 6th, the Knights have a runner on second with 1 out. It's a slow chopper to short, but the hard-charging Ryan Silva meets it and gets the out at first. Downey would be kept off the board in the inning. But in the 7th, the Knights have the tying run at first and winning run at the plate with 2 outs. Rubio at the dish, and he sends this deep to left, the wind blowing into the park, but this one had some juice and out of here. A 3-2 walk-off winner for Rubio and the Knights. Downey now tied with Enoch for 4th in the league.
All right, how about that for an ending, guys? Nick, quite a hit for you, man. It was windy out there. Tell me what you felt when the ball hit the bat there.
It felt amazing, just to see all the players right now. It's just amazing to see all my teammates come after me.
Did you know it was out when you hit it?
No.
You were hoping?
Yeah.
What is that feeling rounding the bases knowing you hit a walk-off homer in a big game like this?
It felt amazing. Best thing ever. Best feeling ever, baby. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, Jackson, you must have just been thinking, man, guys, get me some runs here. You pitched great out there. Tell me what was working for you.
My curveball, it was dropping, and then my fastball outside I was painting outside the whole time.
I know they got the early lead, but it felt like you kind of settled down after that.
Yeah, it was a few errors caused us the runs, and then I started getting more ground balls, and we were good.
All right, well done, well done. All right, Ethan, good game for you today. Just talked about the importance of this win, though. I know this is a big league game, important for playoff positioning. How big was this to start this series off right?
It was really big. We had really close games against Pittman and Turlock, and to come out here and win another close game gives us that confidence to win the rest of the league.
All right, guys, great job. Downey, what a win. Congratulations.
Garrison reporting here where Jesuit boys volleyball will be hosting Whitney High School in the first set. Spencer Polyshuk and Kale Cochran both dig. Brandon Wilkes sets it for Chase Schwab, who kills it 8-4. Whitney leads. Then Colin Mark sets to Vince Simon, who smashes it. Jesuit gaining momentum, but 13-14. Whitney still leads. Goes out on Polyshuk. Next, Wilkes sets it, and Aiden Van Dam with the kill. 21-17. Jesuit leads now. Marks to Griffin Hurd, who makes it too hot to handle for Wilk. 22-17, Jesuit leads. Marks with a perfect serve. And boom! Gets an ace to take set one for Jesuit, 25-18. Second set, Marks sets it to Simon, who drills it for the kill. It's tied up at 3-all. More Jesuit, but this time a double stuffing by Simon and John Downey. 15-8, Jesuit leads. However, Wildcats showing some defense with Wilk and Carson Gore. Then Gore again, but this time with Van Dam to get the point. 18-13, Jesuit leads. Marks sets to Ethan Smith, who sends it home for the kill. Jesuit takes set 2, 25-19. They're hyped up. You can see they're on fire right now. And they're carrying that fire into the third set. Mark to Seaman for the point. That combo sounds familiar, doesn't it? Hits off Van Dam. Next, Simon denies Brody Hanks at the net. 22-11, Jesuit leads. Moments later, Mark sets it down. He drops the hammer for the final point. It was all Jesuit in set 3. 25-12, and Jesuit wins the match 3-0. Simon leads Jesuit with 13 kills.
Coming up, heading back to the Diamond for Oakdale and Central Catholic.
Then it's Rio Lindo and Nevada Union in softball. 49ers Sac Hi Sports will be back in a moment. Welcome back to 49ers Sac Hi Sports. Our next matchup is a rivalry game in the Valley Oak League. It's game 2 of the series with Central Catholic and Oakdale. The Central Catholic Raiders took game 1 of the series, so come into the game with a 5-0 record in the Valley Oak League. Junior Braxton Thomas is batting .529 on the year with 3 big flies. Also with 3 big flies on the year is our football player of the year, Aiden Ponyboy Taylor.
Fantastic. So Oakdale comes into the game 2 games back of the Raiders. Landon Nunez had 2 hits in game 1, bringing up his average to .372. Landon will look to have another big game on Thursday.
So let's get things started. It's Oakdale hosting rival Central Catholic. The Raiders beat the Mustangs by 10 runs in game 1, but this one was a whole different ball game. Central Catholic is the first to strike. Runner on third, and Braxton Thomas knocks in Tyler Wentworth. It's 1-0 CC. Bottom of the third now, John Wiley comes up with one on and hits a line drive to right center. It gets through the gap. Alex Jones scores all the way from first, so the Oakdale starting pitcher helping himself out. The Raiders starter, Nolan Anderson, gets a strikeout and a ground out to end the inning. We are tied heading into the top of the 4th. Raiders with a runner on third. The runner breaks for home on a ground ball to shortstop Landon Nunez. Catcher Preston Vieira applies the tag, and he is out. Then it's starting pitcher John Wiley ending the threat with a strikeout. Johnny escapes the inning unharmed. Bottom 5 now. There's a runner on first when Alex Jones picks up his second hit of the day. Jacob Brazil strolls into third to put runners on the corners with no outs. Anderson needs a strikeout here, and he gets just that and more thanks to his catcher, Fernando Alanis. Alanis with a backdoor pick at first, a strike him out, throw him out. Just a runner on third now for John Wiley, and Johnny Boy comes up clutch. A single through the left side plates Brazil. Wiley with both RBIs as Oakdale leads at 2-1. Top of the 7th, CC trying to get a rally going and leave it to a freshman to get things started. Vaughn Anderson leads off the inning with a single up the middle. A sac bunt puts him in scoring position, but John Wiley shuts it down and gets the final 2 outs via strikeout, tallying up 9 on the day. Wiley with a huge performance on the mound and at the plate. And after losing to the Raiders on Tuesday, Wiley talks about this bounce-back win.
It just sends a message, shows that we're mentally tough. We're just up for challenge, ready to face adversity. So, I mean, we're looking forward to the rest of the season.
Nick Pecoraro here with Nevada Union visiting Rio Linda. Both teams looking to get right in the Foothill Valley League. Here we go. Top 1, NU's Kaylee Horn gets a hold of one that short hops the fence. McKenna Hayden comes around to score. Shay Connor tries to follow her in, but she is denied. Shortstop Alyssa Williams with a beautiful relay home to keep it at 1-0 NU. Bottom 1, hot shot to third. Isla Lyden looks her runner back, but not long enough. Williams sneaks home safely like she was late for her curfew. We're tied at 1 apiece. Bottom 2 now, Adeli Beebe shoots one out to left center. Someone needs to tell that center fielder there's a fence out there. Beebe knows where the fence is. Her 3rd homer of the year puts Rio Linda in front 2-1. Top 3, Kendall Miller shoots one up the middle. Shay Connor scores to knot the game back at 2. Top 4 now, big inning for the Miners. Connor at the plate drives in 2 with a little duck snort to left. It'll look like a line drive in the box score. NU goes in front 4-2. Same inning, cleanup hitter Isla Lyden just crushes a 2-run shot to dead center for her 3rd big fly of the season. The Miners go up 6-2. Rio Linda threatens in the bottom half of the 4th. Beebe with her 2nd hit of the day. That drives in Kaylee Derby to make it 6-3. And to the 5th now, Knights rallying, bases juiced for their leading home run hitter, Nikayla Williams. But McKenna Hayden gets her to ground to 3rd to end the threat. How about some more Miner defense? Isla Lyden vacuums that one up at 3rd, looking like Brooks Robinson out there. Kids, if you don't know who Brooks Robinson is, Google him. Better yet, Google Nevada Union. They win 8-4 and snap a 3-game skid.
This team, we have a lot of young girls who have played together before, and all of them have come together and grown from our practices. We're growing and we're getting better as time goes through.
We head to the mat now for the stunt matchup between Rockland and Granite Bay. First quarter is elite stunts. Rockland chooses routine 4, Emerson Plotkin with the twist up to the heel stretch. Savannah Boyce is her counterpart on the left. Her bases are Paige Daly, McKenna McChesney, and Patricia Wongwei. Executed to perfection, Rockland goes up 3-0 after round 1. Pyramids and tosses is the next category. This is routine 2, starting off with a pyramid. Kennedy Vargas is the middle flyer. Grace Beichler and Savannah Carino on the right and left. A show and go in the back, followed by an assisted toss. Done well. Danae Riddle, Rachel Pfeiffer, and Madison Gillis up in the air for the Thunder. Each team ties this point, but the Rockland Thunder would take the 8-1 lead after 2 quarters. Up next is tumbling. Haley Labor and Sophia Blanco for Rockland with a round-off double back handspring. On the Grizzlies side of the mat, Stephanie Hall and Alan Regan land the standing back handspring, then Riley Morin executes the front walkover, round-off back handspring, but Rockland has some elite tumblers. Danae Riddle with a round-off back handspring layout. Taylor Winarski and Boyce follow it up with a synchronized front walkover, round-off back handspring tuck. Then standing back tucks from Riddle and McKenna Kokoski. Rockland heads into the 4th up 11-1 and would go on to win the match 19-3. Georgia Claxton, Sarah Lofholm, and Cassidy Stevenson toss Riddle in the toe touch basket, and at the end of the final frame, it's an extension. Rockland takes home the victory, continuing its dominating season.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Ethan Rowland from Downey. Ethan sports an incredible 4.2 GPA.
Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game as Sutter hosts Marysville.
Then it's Folsom and Roseville meeting in softball as 49ers Sac Hi Sports rolls along.
Dreaming while awake?
Junk sleep.
Don't let junk sleep mess with your head.
Welcome to Mattress Firm.
For a limited time at Mattress Firm, get a king for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase.
Just go ahead and lift you on up.
You can't put a price on good sleep, but it's better on sale. Mattress Firm. Unjunk your sleep.
We got next. We ready to flex. We're ready to rock. Headed to the top. We got next. Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best. So give it all you got.
Kennedy Schonauer makes space with 4 defenders around her and fires from 31 yards out and hits it perfectly.
Can't settle for less. I'ma need your best. So give it all you got. We got next. Number 1, numero uno. Front page in the news. Yeah, now you know. For the win, blood, sweat, tears in the gym. Harder than the rest.
Our second SunPower Electric game is a non-league battle between Marysville and Sutter. The Indians are on a roll, sporting an 11-game win streak heading into Thursday's game with Sutter. Marysville is 13-2 on the season.
Well, Sutter is also on a roll, having won 10 of their last 11 games. The Huskies are 12-2 on the year. The Indians and Huskies in the SunPower Electric game. Our Mark Willis was there.
Electric game.
Yeah, this non-league matchup caught my eye because one, Sutter's 12-2 and playing very well, and they're also going to be playing in Marysville's league next year, the PVL, a league that Marysville is 8-0 in. So next year could very well be a league showdown. Sutter's Leighton Tark is smoking the ball with a .429 average, and Connor Babler is leading the team with 19 RBIs and is today's starting pitcher. As for Marysville, Jackson Finley's .490 batting average is tops on the team, and Darius Jacobs leading the Indians with 15 RBIs. Next year, Pioneers Valley League will also include Wheatland along with the new school 12 Bridges out of Lincoln. As for that, let's get you to the SunPower Electric game. Marysville meet before the showdown as Sutter's Connor Babler and Marysville's Matt Haggard take the mound. Babler was mowing down the Indians here in the second inning. No score. It's looking like a pitcher's duel. Haggard from Marysville was just as dominant on the mound. His cutter was looking filthy. The swing and the miss. Next bat was Rylan Giovanni for Sutter, and he just about gets all this one, but that's Jackson Finley out in center and on the run, makes the catch and avoids the collision. What a play. Let's jump to the fourth. Marysville's going to be starting something. Got to be starting something. Jack Housley grounds past third, but shortstop Logan Ziakovic deep in the hole, throws out the runner at first. Still no score through 4. To the fifth we go. New pitcher for Sutter as they move Babler over to third, and it's a good thing they did. Connor is so quick as he snatches the ball out of the air. Top of the 6th now, still no score. Sutter has runners on first, but have no fear. Matt Haggard is here, and he's not giving in to these Huskies today, striking out 6 on the day. So in the bottom of the 6th, Marysville with runners on second. Darius Jacobs hits a grounder just off the second baseman's glove. Head coach Bill Rollins sends Finley home from second. Play at the plate? No, sir. Indians take the lead 1-0. That was more than plenty for Haggard as his cutter was on fire today. Getting the whiff, and that would do it. Matt Haggard needs only 67 pitches to pick up the non-league victory 1-0. We caught up with the winning pitcher after the game.
I give him a little bit of jitters. I'm a little nervous, but after that, I just zone in and I try and do my best.
Oh, we love him. Every one of us, we love him. You know, great guy, deals on the mound for us, and we can't thank him enough for it.
In Marysville for the SunPower Electric game, I'm Mark Willis, 49ers Sac Hi Sports.
Brian Mueller here Friday morning for day 1 of the Stephanie Ledoux softball tournament. Folsom taking on host Roseville. Malaya Johnson has a fun windup, but some nasty stuff. Gets the strikeout to end the first. But the Bulldogs have an ace with a capital A as well. Emma Fallon matches Johnson with a clean first inning. But in the second, the Bulldog bats break out. 2 on for Lauren Holcomb, and she shoots one through the right side. Play at the plate. But Shea Sakai just slides in safely, and it's 1-0 Folsom. Next batter is Gracie Carpenter, and she slaps it to short, but there's no play. Emily Arellano comes in to score to make it 2-0. After a wild pitch plates another run, the Folsom slap attack continues. Haley Scott finds the grass and left, and the Bulldogs lead 4-0 after 2. That's looking like more than Fallon would need. Ends the third with another strikeout. She has yet to allow a base runner. In the Bulldogs' fourth, there's 2 on for Haven Slamma. Kind of have to be a softball player with that name. That drops in right. 2 more runs come in, and it's 6-0 Bulldogs. Tigers trying to answer in the 5th, but Folsom not giving them anything. Christina Jones laying out for the catch, and that ends the inning. In the home half, Holcomb up with a runner on. She bloops it up the middle. That will score the 7th run, and per tournament rules, a 7-run lead in 5 is the ball game. So it's a win for Folsom and a 1-hit shutout for Fallon.
This is probably one of the best team wins we've had all season. We haven't been hitting as well as we wanted to, but
today we put it together. We knew Malaya was a tough pitcher to go against, but we just had to approach, and it turned out for the best for us today.
Remember, all of the game footage we shoot is available for purchase on our website. Go to 49ers SacHiSports.com. We will send you the entire game digitally.
Follow us on social media for lots of fun content. Our Instagram story is a great way to keep updated scores, news, and so much more. 49ers.SacHi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Coming up, it's Placer and Oakmont playing with the league lead on the line.
Then it's Lincoln meeting St. Mary's in softball. 49ers. Sac Hi Sports will be right back.
The Foothill Valley League has 3 teams within 2 games of first place entering the week. Oakmont comes into the week as the top dog, undefeated in league at 6-0. Sophomore Tony Lira is batting .464 on the year with 11 RBIs.
All right, the Placer Hillmen also have a spectacular sophomore, John Handy, sporting a .568 average with 21 runs batted in. The 8-1 Placer Hillmen looking to hand Oakmont its first league loss. The Thriller played at Oakmont on Monday.
The section championship banners flying high out in Oakmont as the Hillmen from Placer meet in game 1. Top of the first, Oakmont in trouble, but pitcher Dimitri Perry gets a ground ball for Adam Reyes to handle that short, steps on second, over to Tony Lira for the double play. To the second inning we go. Placer loads the bases for John Handy, who tops it to third. Braden Murrah steps on third. The throw to first is not in time. Nick Schaefer scores 1-0 Hillman. Next batter is Cameron Staton, who rolls a soft hit ball towards short. The throw cannot be handled. Josh Maxwell scores on the play, and the Hillmen lead it 2-0. Placer still at it, looking for more. They hit the center, but Tristan Ogles is out there. He makes a diving catch. Great play. Maybe we'll see that later in the show. In the bottom half of the third, no outs, and everything looking great for Oakmont. And they load him up for Tristan Ogles, who hits a shallow fly to center. It's a hit. Connor Sakamoto scores, but there's some confusion on the bases if it was a catch or not, and Placer took advantage of that, and the play ends in a double play. Vikings get 1 run. But the next at-bat, catcher Nick Schaefer shuts down the Vikings running game as he throws out this would-be Steeler, and that would do it in the third. Let's skip to the bottom of the 7th now, still 2-1. With runners on the corners, Tristan Ogles is able to hit the ball past the first baseman. That allows Mira to score, and this game is all tied up. The bases are now loaded for Tony Lira, who takes the pitch off the hip, and that would do it. Kenny the Jet Smith comes in to score. Then let the celebration begin. Oakmont takes game 1. Tyler Kersey picks up the win in relief, and after the game, we caught up with an ecstatic bunch of Vikings.
It feels good knowing that my coach has confidence in me to do what I'm doing. I didn't start off too hot today. Made sure I got it done. We haven't beat him the first game in a couple years, so now we're looking for the sweep because we've always beaten the second 2 games, so it's big for us, big win.
Yes, sir!
Next, we head out to Arnaz Stadium in Stockton for the big rivalry game with Lincoln and St. Mary's. 2 outs in the top of the first. Olivia Holtz hits a hard line drive to second. Too hot to handle, and the Trojans have a runner on. But that base runner is erased a few pitches later by catcher Matea Moroka. We have a scoreless first frame after that caught stealing. Top of the second, Tara Fornaciari is up to bat, and Tara backspins this ball all the way to the fence in left center. That's a stand-up double. 2 outs. Mia Pamplona waits on this changeup and goes with it. That ball falls in right. Fornaciari scores to make it a 1-0 Trojan lead. But St. Mary's pitcher Ariel Navas settles in on the mound. Ariel has a nasty changeup, by the way, as she strikes out the side in the 5th. Her opposition does that same thing in the bottom of the inning. Peja Gould with 3 of her 9 strikeouts here. The Tennessee Chattanooga commit rolling on the mound. Top of the 6th, Trojans have a runner in scoring position. Ball hit to the right side. Second baseman Alyssa Garcia makes a fantastic play on this ball. That diving effort saves a run, so it remains a 1-0 ball game. Bottom half of the 6th, Gould gets another 3-3 down inning, allowing just 1 hit so far. An error in the top of the 7th puts a Trojan on base, but watch right fielder Estella Swickard making the over-the-shoulder grab to get her offense back on the field. The Trojans defense just as good in this one. Shortstop Jordan Hayes all over the place, making that great play on a tough grounder. Gould retiring 18 straight batters, but a walk puts the tying run at first in the 7th. No problem for Peja. She strikes out the batter to end it. Lincoln wins it 1-0, and here's Gould talking about that Stockton rivalry.
A lot of my teammates are on that team, so I like to keep it really competitive with them, and we're all really good friends, so it's all friendly competition, and it's just really fun to play against them, because most of the year I'm playing with them, so it's fun playing against them, see how we do against each other. We pick each other up and we challenge each other.
Sandberg reporting here, and it's senior night here at Wood Creek High as the Timberwolves hosted Rio Americano Wednesday night for some men's lacrosse, and the Raiders were scoring early and often. Nate Bailey drives to the goal and sends it between the legs of the goalkeeper to get Rio on the board early. But the Timberwolves had their answer. Camden Trones does a couple of hop steps in front of the goal and shoots it past the goalie for the score to keep the score close. But the Raiders were looking to break away early. Adam Carnifex passes it to Cooper King, and he finds the back of the net. He was a big contributor in this one. And the Raiders wanted some more. Nick Cacciati jukes the defender, breaking his ankles, and fires it into the net for the score. Hey, basketball season may be over, but we love moves like that around here. But the Timberwolves were not about to back down. Trones passes it out to Carter Sells. He winds up for the shot, and bang, that one is good as Wood Creek is trying to close the gap. But the Raiders were looking to preserve their lead. Cacciati gets the breakaway, has a one-on-one with the goalie, and he comes out victorious as the Raiders go up 12-5 at the half. On to the second half now, and it was business as usual for the Raiders. Ryan Lewis passes it cross-field to King, and he's able to put another one in the net. He would end the night with 6 goals. But the Timberwolves were refusing to go down quietly. Trones passes it out to Sells, and his shot attempt finds the net again as Wood Creek is trying to build some momentum. But the Raiders were looking for the dagger, and they got it with a pass from King to Remy Gauthier, and that one is good to seal the deal Wednesday night. The Raiders improved to 3-3 on the season with a final score of 19-7.
Coming up, we'll choose the play of the week. This could be the play of the week, maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section top 10 baseball poll.
Time now for the play of the week.
Here's our madman Mark Willis naming off a few contenders and then awarding the play we thought was the best of the best.
We start in Marysville. Jackson Finley on his horse, catching it on the run. Alyssa Garcia of St. Mary's, the dive, then the throw from her seat of her pants for the out. Lincoln of Stockton's Ryan Navone. He's back for another week. A great diving catch. But Ryan, you need to wait because Tristan Ogles of Oakmont, he makes a great diving catch too. Let's look at it again closer. It's Ogles and Navone and Ogles. You know what? I feel like a Little League coach, and you both get the play of the week. How about that? Trophies for all.
That's the play of the week, and that is 49ers Sac Hi Sports for this week. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I am Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. Join us next week to meet the Kimball softball player and her tough battle with scoliosis. We'll see you then.